All right, hello everybody. Hope this video finds you well. My name is Leyva, and I am a formerly incarcerated professor at California State University, San Marcos. I've been working with formerly incarcerated individuals within academia for about 13 years, ever since I paroled from prison in 2007. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about, just briefly about childhood trauma and my work with individuals within that context and understanding brain development. And when I say brain development, I'm actually talking about our brains aren't fully developed until the age of 25. So anybody under the age of 25 who's dealt with any kind of trauma, right? We're talking about the trauma within prison, the trauma post-prison, but more importantly, the trauma pre-prison, right? So we have this idea of post-traumatic stress disorder, but we also have to take a look at pre-traumatic stress disorder, right? Many individuals I've known inside prison when I did time with them, but more importantly, also my own life, knowing that we come from really these adverse backgrounds where there is a lot of violence, a lot of drug use, a lot of family violence, and these subcultures of gangs. And sure, not everybody has dealt with that, but you know, what's coming home from prison, we are actually very good at basically not telling you how I'm feeling, right? So we have to understand that individuals who are going to school are really attempting to try to change and make a difference, because stepping onto a campus and into a classroom and having a conversation with an educator is very scary for us. A lot of times, if we know brain development, here I got a little mock brain on my board, hopefully you can see it, but you got to understand that most of us coming out of these backgrounds, especially in prison, considering it's so traumatic, are living back here in our amygdala. And our amygdala, as we know, it's our primal brain, it's our brain that really keeps us safe, right? It keeps us safe. It's fight, flight, fear, and for some people, faint. You never know. But right, and when we're living back there, we know that when we are overwhelmed with any emotions such as love, fear, anger, anxiety, sadness, joy, anything that stimulates our brain and brings up the amygdala, what it's doing is actually shooting over across, and it's shutting down our frontal cortex, which is our rational thinking, our consequence. It's our ability to reach out for help, and a lot of times we can't. We have a lot of childhood trauma, and just taking that perspective that when an individual in front of you is formerly incarcerated, and you ask them how they're doing, more than likely they're going to say, I'm doing fine. But we actually, inside, we don't know exactly how we're feeling because we don't know how to express our feelings. Most of the times, expressing our feelings comes out in anger, comes out in fear, comes out in violence, comes out in isolation and numbness. And so it's oftentimes really mindfulness, meditation. It's really understanding an individual's background, and know that, you know, a lot of us, we are one and the same, but ultimately we do have different experiences, right? So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me personally. And thank you very much for listening.